Hey, and welcome back. So let's work on our icon logic. So before I do that, I want to fix a mistake that I did, and that's in the input component. I misspelled the word disable here, and I'm going to fix that really quick. Give that a quick save and navigate to my login component. So I'm going to use a React hook of useState. I will define it here. So I'm going to say const visible and then set visible to useState. If I tap that, it will auto import up here for me. And then I'm going to set it to false. So the visible will be set to false default. The next thing I want to do is navigate down to my password input. So instead of the type password, I'm going to delete that line and write a ternary operator. So what I want to do is say if visible is true, I will set that to the type of text. And if it's false, I will set it to password. The next thing I want to do is have an icon in this input. So I will say icon and also write the ternary operator. So if it's visible, I will show the visible icon, which is this one. Copy paste. And if it's false, I want to show the visibility off icon. Paste that in. Give it a quick save. Next, I want to work on the handle click. So I will say handle click. It's going to be handle click. Now I want to define that function up here. So I will say const handle click is equal an arrow function. And in the function, I want to use the set visible and toggle the visibility. Give that a quick save and then check out my front end. Alright, if I type something here, initially it's going to be a password field. And if I click on the icon, it's going to be a text field. Alright, cool. Let's go back to VS Code. Next, I want to work on the register component. So I'm going to open my sidebar. Inside component folder, I'm going to make a new folder called register. Inside that, I'm going to make my component file. So register.js. Close my sidebar. I'm going to define my component at register. Inside that, I want a form. Remove the action. Next, I'm going to import my input. And then I also want to import the icons. So I will go to login component, copy these two lines, and paste it here. Inside my form, I want my input. And I want 4 input, so I'm going to duplicate that 3 times. The first one is going to be a type of text. And the text is going to be name. Next type is going to be also text. And the text is going to be email. I made a mistake up here. It should be like that. Next is going to be password. And the text also going to be password. Same for here, password. But the text this time is going to be confirm password. After this, I want my button, so I will have a div with a class name of login_btn. Inside that, I will have a button that will say register. After this, I want the icon logic. So I will go back to my login component, copy these lines, paste it here, go back one more time. I'm going to copy the type and then the icons, go back to registered. I'm going to remove my type here and then paste this line in. I'm going to do the same thing for the confirm password, remove type and paste it in, give it a quick save. Next, I want to work on the handle click. So I'm going to say handle click is equal to handle click. Copy this line and paste it here for my confirm password also. Give that a quick save. Scroll up. I need to import the use state. Give that a quick save. And then open up my auth layout component. I want to import in the register component. I'm going to comment the login component out for a moment and then put in the register component. Give that a save and then check out my front end. Here is my register component. All right, let's go back to VS Code. Next, I want to work on my forgot password component. So open my sidebar, inside components folders. I'm going to make a new folder called forgot, and inside forgot I'm going to make a new file called forgot.js. Close my sidebar. I'm going to define my component as forgot. Inside that I want a form, remove the action. Next I'm going to import the input. So inside form I want my input is going to have a type of text, and the text will be email. Next, I'm going to create the button. So a div tag with a class name of login btn. Inside that is going to have a button, and I'm going to say send. Give that a quick save. Navigate back to my auth layout component. Import my forgot component in. Comment register out, and then output forgot here. Give that a quick save and check out my front end. And here is my forgot component. Let's go back to VS Code. Next, I want to work on the action logic. So when the user click on register or login, it will render the appropriate component. Next, what I want to do is use the use states hook. I'm going to say const login and set login is equal to use state. I'm going to set that to true because I always want the login component to be the first one that render. I'm going to duplicate that 2 more times. This one will be register. And then set register. I'm going to set that to false. Next is going to be forgot. Set forgot. And that also is going to be false. I'm going to scroll down, uncomment this line. I will cut login into my clipboard. And then bracket. And I want to say if login is true, render my login component. Cut registered and do the same thing, bracket. So if register is true, render registered. Same thing for forgot. Alright, next I want to define 3 functions. The first will be handle login. It's going to be an arrow function. So when the user click on login, I want to set the login to be true. And then everything else I want to set that to false. So for set registered, I will set that to false, and then set forgot also to false. Next, I'm going to duplicate this function. I will name it handle registered. I'm going to set login to false. Register will be true because this is when I click on registered, and then set forgot to false. Duplicate it one more time and then set this to handle forgot. Login stay false. Register is going to be false. And then forgot is going to be true. Scroll down and apply the logic for the first p tag. I want to say on click. I'm going to write a ternary operator. If login is true, I want to fire the handle register function. And if it's false, I want to fire the handle login. Next, for the text, I'm going to remove this and also write a ternary operator. If login is true, I want it to say registered. And if it's false, I want to say login. Give that a save. Oh, I misspelled this right here. Next, for my second paragraph tag, I want a on click equal to handle forgot. And instead of login, I want to say forgot. Give that a quick save. Check out my front end. So if I click registered, it will take me to this component. Go back to login. Or if I forgot my password, it will take me to this component. Alright, and this wrap up the lesson, and I'll see you in the next lesson.